indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're in for an exciting schedule of events today. Some very outstanding speeches that we're looking forward to. Toastmaster of the day is a past area director, past division director, and current division director, past president of our club, current vice president of education. Please help us welcome distinguished Toastmaster Joyce Biddle.
Good afternoon, all. We're in for an exciting meeting. Yay! I had the opportunity of visiting with Division A on Saturday, and a member of our team is also a member of Division A. And guess what happened?
What?
Will you let me say it?
You said guess?
Antoinette Mitchell won humor speech contest and the table topics contest. So she'll be representing Division A in both contests in Memphis on March 4th and 5th. November 4th and 5th, I'm sorry. So she'll be competing with whoever wins Division B. I just want y'all to know that. Well, moving on. We're going to now move on to our grammarian, who has this very interesting word that I've never heard of before. Our Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Alexa Walker.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all. Today's word is dilatory. This is an adjective. The origin of the word is Latin, Middle England, and Anglo-French. It means to procrastinate, have a tendency to delay, slow or tardy, intended to cause delay, gain time, or defer decision, a dilatory strategy. Though I exercised a dilatory strategy prior to joining Toastmasters, I am fully convinced that Dave Vrutney is pleased with his persistence. Thank you.
Now, she was about to do something I told y'all about. Don't leave the lectern empty. Always shake the hand of the next person in line. All right, we're going to move on to our Toastmaster Minute, coming from Toastmaster Anita Young.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and good afternoon, fellow HealthMasters. For those of you who are keeping up with the presidential debates, did anyone watch it last night? I can just say that it was woefully entertaining. But at the end of the debate, the last question asked by one of the town hall members was, name something, describe something good about your opponent. And so each of the presidential candidates had something good to say. And I think that's something that we all need to remember, to always be positive, that we're here and we're here to offer constructive criticism, to increase our knowledge, to become better speakers and leaders, but always remember to be positive. And if you don't have anything nice to say, if it's in a critique and it's constructive, still say it, but always end it on a positive note. Thank you.
Well, that was nice. Positive note. What's his word of the day again? Okay, I'm not going to procrastinate and be dilatory. I'm going to move right on into our next speaker. Our first speaker today is a long-standing Toastmaster. I don't know how many years she has exactly with Toastmasters International, but she's diligently working on her DTM, and one of my goals this year as division director is to make sure she has her DTM before June. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Antoinette Mitchell, coming from the Speaking to Inform manual. Project 5, the abstract concept. Ooh. Speech title, Mediation as the Solution. Mediation as a Solution, Toastmaster Antoinette Mitchell.
My pleasure. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome and welcome guests for today. I am here to tell you about a subject that is I'm stuck. Fill in the blank. It's a hot topic. It is a topic that I know very well. I have trained this. I am a trained mediator. Mediation as the resolution. As the resolution, we want to come up with something positive. When coming up with the resolution, be sure that we are not dilatory in coming up with the solution. Let's start with the first slide. My quote is, let us reason together. Let us come together and reason. Let us come in a manner as we sit at the table and discuss a conflict of some kind. This is known by the state government. It is called an alternate dispute resolution program. Let's go to the next slide and learn more about a mediation. Has anyone in this room heard the word mediation before? You have heard the word mediation. Have you participated in a mediation? You have participated in a mediation. All right. For those that have, you're going to gain information. For those that have not, you will get a lot of information, hopefully not too repetitive. What is a mediation? Basically, in state government, you will notice it is established by Act 1449. 1440, I skipped it. Let me go back the other way. Act 1448 of 2013. This is a state government program for mediation. Apparently, all of the agencies within state government began to have some issues. It is birthed from the grievance process in a manner of getting through this quicker, using less money. The mediation program was developed. This is passed by an act. Years before that, we as DHS, Department of Human Services, started the pilot program. That's how I got started in mediation. We're going to cover today the details of that act, the parties that will be working together. We will cover the ultimate result that we hope to get, an agreement or a non-agreement. Let's continue. How do you define a mediation? You define a mediation basically as parties coming together with a goal to resolve the issue. During my time as a mediator, in the past 10 years that I have done this, people do not come to the table all the time wanting to settle it. You have got one person that's just there to get more information so they can take it further to circuit court. or sue you. Another group of people are there, the management is there, so that they can stand their grounds. They become very stern and rigid. I am here to stand by what I wrote this employee up for. The mediator is the neutral person, the third party, neutral and non-biased, selected for the mediation process. This neutral person, their role is to get the two parties to come together and have the ultimate result, which is an agreement. Doesn't always happen. We have seen people come back to work that were dismissed from state agencies. I have mediated for Department of Health one time. I have mediated for the Department of Corrections and spent most of my time with the Department of Human Services with 2,000 employees, about 2,000 management employees and a total of 7,000 employees on any given day. The commitment to mediation from the parties has got to be agreed to, all parties. And who is a party? When we use that in the legal term, it is the complainant, and then it is management. It's a fancy name for management. But basically, you've got two parties that are there. You've got the mediator who is there, well informed of the issue of why they came to the table. We will cover what happens in the mediation. Let's go further. The employees, an example, an employee has violated the rules of the workplace, a behavior or performance. Something has caused that manager to write up that employee. In the private sector, it's called a reprimand. In the state government, we call it a disciplinary action of some kind of an employee that has been written up, given some type of, also people call it infractions. Have you heard of the word infraction? Have you heard of the word disciplinary action? We are now using disciplinary actions, notices. When we get to the table, I ask the employee who filed the grievance, and as a birth of that comes the mediation, I ask that employee, what is it that you came to the table for? Usually they will say, I want this reprimand off my record. If they've been dismissed, they want their job back and they want to be made whole, reinstated, made whole. That means everything that they lost between the time that they were gone and the time they come back, they want to be recompensed for it fully. I have seen interesting conversations. I've seen interesting people that are at the table. Sometimes we have attorneys that are at the table with the employee and with management. Basically, they waste their money bringing them because the attorneys are not allowed to say anything. You might be thinking, well, who is the decision maker in this process? The decision maker in the process is still the manager. The manager comes to the table as well with their information to listen to the employee about, or former employee, about what is it that they want. Why are they here? I've already done my process. The one thing a mediator notices, and they have the biggest challenge they have when they go in the room, is the manager who does not want to change. They are rigid, stuck where they are, and the mediator's role is to get them to come together, open their eyes up to new information that is going to be given. The employee has a right to dispute the action that was given to them. That is the employee's right. There is also a law called the Employees at Will law within Arkansas, period. But with state government, that rule also is superseded by the rights that that employee has to bring a grievance to the table once something has occurred. Once we finish looking at the different aspects, the person schedules the mediation. The mediation is scheduled. We're now set and ready to have the mediation meeting. The mediation is often taking place on neutral ground. If it was at DHS Central, then we probably would take it to a different conference room, just so that there is non-bias seen in the action. Let me go back to a previous slide here. Previous. All right. Dealing with the process, who are the parties, what happens in the mediation. That's the part I want to talk about. What happens in the mediation? You've got the conversation from the grievant that comes to the table. You have the conversation from the management. Once again, you've got the mediator that is sitting there waiting for a conference meeting so she can talk or he can talk with each one separately and try to come up with an agreement or non-agreement. And whatever it is binding, a binding agreement or non-agreement. And they will have rights from the grievance process to continue with their complaint. The last page, going back to previous. Let's move next. And next. This speech will be continued. Stay tuned. Speech number 2, part 2, will bring you more information so that you can play a part in the grievance process. Stay tuned. Ms. Topic Master.
As they get prepared. Speaker number 2 is a distinguished Toastmaster twice. Did y'all know that? Anyway, our speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Philip Borden, coming from the interpretive reading manual, the oratorical speech, 8 to 10 minutes. Speech title, Friends, Romans, Countrymen. Friends, Romans, countrymen, distinguished Toastmaster Philip Borden.
I got it first. Good afternoon. I'll be reading an excerpt from Act 3, Scene 2 of the play Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. That's the play in which the title character is killed off halfway through his own play, as you may know. Here is a photo that depicts that incident. I think you get the idea. This is a picture of Caesar from his salad days. We will dispense with the rest of my bad humor and other dilatory elements of this speech and get on with a version that's more true to the drama of Shakespeare. Caesar's friend Brutus had made the decision to join the conspirators and to help kill Julius Caesar. After that deed was done, Brutus stood up in the forum and gave a speech to explain why Caesar's death was necessary. He had all of the civilians, all the commoners agreeing with him that a noble and wonderful thing was done for the freedom and the success of Rome by getting rid of Caesar. Then Mark Antony, as you see, stood up next to Caesar's dead body to deliver this famous pro-Caesar response. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar paid for it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he's an honorable man. He was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the cow, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is interred in the coffin there with Caesar. I must pause till it come back to me. Here is a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet, you know, how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you're not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good, you know not, that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it? You will compel me then to read it? Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend? Will you give me leave? You have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. The first time ever Caesar put it on, 'twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the nervii. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this the well-loved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart. And in his mantle, puffing up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. Then I, and you, and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what, weep you when you but see the vesture of Caesar wounded? Look, here is Caesar himself, marred, as you see, with traitors. Madam Toastmaster.
Our next speaker will be giving an oratorical speech from the HealthMasters Interpretive Reading Manual. His speech will be 4 to 6 minutes, which is less than what is normally used for this project. This is a speech from the movie Any Given Sunday. Y'all know that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.? It is the speech given by the football coach to his players. In the movie, the coach leads a once great football team that is now riddled with injuries and internal disagreement and is struggling to make the playoffs. Prior to the big game, the coach has to give a speech to his players that will motivate them to put aside their differences and work together as a team. Imagine that right now you are a football player in the locker room on this team. Please welcome Toastmaster Dave Rudney. The title of his speech, Inch by Inch. Inch by Inch, David Rudney.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives all comes down to today. Now, either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble, inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen, believe me. And we can stay here, get the pulp beat out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see all these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I wasted all my money. I chased off everyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's a game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 a second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch, because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing, between living and dying. I'll tell you this. In any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You're going to have to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who's willing to go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you going to do? Madam Toastmaster.
Well, were you not intrigued? Did he draw you in? If you were on that football team, did you go out and make... We were not dilatory after that speech. All right, we're going to move on because we don't want to be dilatory anymore. We're not going to delay this any further. We're going to go on with table topics. Our table topics master is a new member. Well, I'm going to stop saying new because y'all not new anymore. Y'all been in this club for 6 months. And if y'all noticed that I have assigned all of you all to do things this month because I feel like that you all have been here long enough and you all have watched us older members do things, so it's time for you all to step up to the plate. Therefore, we're going to move on. Our table topics master is Toastmaster Aaron Potterall Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's that time of the day. Well, since last night was the debate, I figured we'd stay on that topic. So, Jonna, come down. I got a little question I'd like to ask you. Don't be dilatory. Come on down. I don't know if you're aware. Hey, how you doing? Doing all right? Good to see you. How's it doing? Don't know if you're aware or not, but in the recent few days, it's come to light that Donald Trump has said some interesting comments about women. Aware of that or not, but it's happened. It's true. It's true. You think those comments in itself affect the way that if Donald Trump was elected, that he
I absolutely think that it would. Comments that he made 11 years ago, but he has made comments for the last, since he's been a public figure, I don't even know how long that's been, that were derogatory and offensive to women and demeaning in nature to all women, not just the ones he was speaking of. I find it offensive. I find it threatening that our possible commander-in-chief describes the way that he would sexually assault women as if he's describing how he would cheer for a basketball team. Not that my mind wasn't made up long before this debate, but I think if there is any woman out there that hasn't committed, they need to seriously consider not just the comments that were revealed, because here's the important thing. Nothing was revealed that hadn't already been ignored for years about this man. We knew what he was and who he was. And I'll go out on a limb and be very one-sided on this. It has been covered up by the Republican Party in order to make him their candidate, and now they're all fleeing from the ship as if, oh, this is all news to us. This is not news, people. This is who this man is. And if you don't want him leading our country, then you need to go and do something about it. If you don't want to vote for Hillary, that's fine. Vote for a third party. But don't let a man who would speak about women, your sister, your wife, if you cannot say the words that he said to a woman, say it to your mother. Say what he said to your mother. See if you can do it. See if you can still walk out of the room after you do. So yes, I very much think that what he said will have an impact on the way he conducts himself as president. Lord willing, he's never in that position.
All right, all right. I like scandal and intrigue, in case y'all don't know, so let's see. Scott Gann, why don't you come on down? I have an interesting question for you. In case you don't know, I'm an equal rights kind of person. So Hillary Clinton said, or it's been said, that she deleted 33,000 emails. Last night she said in no way, shape, or form has it been proven that there was a leak or in any way that our country was any danger from her private server and her deleting those emails, nor had it been hacked. Same question to you. The fact that she deleted those emails and some of the things that have went on with that, will that affect the way you think that she will be if she is elected president?
Very interesting questions. Do I believe that she would have issues running the country after she has deleted emails? Absolutely. Same way I think Donald Trump has a lot of issues going forward with whatever he's got. I'm a Johnson guy, if y'all can't tell, just because I don't like him. So I do believe that when you try to cover anything up, it's going to come out. Let's look at the Republican Party. They've covered it up. It's coming out. Let's look at Hillary Clinton. She covered it up. It's coming out. Now, I haven't heard anything about Johnson yet, so y'all don't fault me for that. However, she is a very smart individual. I think that she could, given the right circumstances and the right security protocol, be able to run a country. Because it's not just one person, it is a team. But I do think that it will affect her credibility with other. It will affect her credibility with the taxpayers and with the people who she will be serving. And it will affect her credibility with her own party. Maybe she can get past it, maybe she can't. However, until the truth comes out and anyone decides to be truthful, I think it will directly affect the way they can run this country if given the opportunity.
All right, one more real quick, and I'm going to let you go. And I'll let Mr. Mukasa, would you come down here? I have an interesting question for you. Can you step down here? I'm not going to put you necessarily on the political hot seat, but what I want to do ask you is, racial tensions are at an all-time high in recent history. What can we do as a society to bridge and start the healing?
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
distinguished Toastmaster. This is the point. We are all in this together. Same ship, 50 states, a few islands in the Pacific and in the Caribbean. But boy, we are all moving space together. No jumping ship. Doesn't happen. What can we do about it? Many of the background about us is scriptures, belief in systems. The same systems I've talked about, fights and wars. So we have a history to learn from. The history says you are wasting time fighting each other. It's far, far cheaper. We have social media, we have the best communications I think the point is not being made. That's so easy. Honestly, that's what I believe. It's so easy to get along than to fight each other. Mark Antony told us a while back how we could celebrate Julius Caesar, the good deeds he did, and hopefully bury him. Conflicts are bound to happen, but the fight is not a solution. Toastmaster Aaron.
All right, I think that was great and very profound. I like scandal and intrigue, folks, so when I'm table topics, this is what you're going to get. Inquiring minds want to know, and I want to know what's in each and every one of yours mind. Toastmaster Joyce.
Good job, Aaron. Good job. That's the whole purpose of table topics, in case you didn't know. We're now going to move on to our evaluation portion of our meeting. And to lead us in our evaluation portion will be distinguished Toastmaster Adrian Duncan.
Hey, all right, Toastmaster Joyce. All right, distinguished Toastmaster. I have 3 questions. Toastmaster Leonard, would you come on down? Toastmaster Jana, come on down. Toastmaster Carol, would you come on down? There's only 3 words for an evaluation, Toastmaster Leonard, right?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Tell us the truth about evaluation number 1 for Toastmaster Antoinette, please, sir. Your job. All yours.
Fellow Toastmaster,
The truth.
I'm not here to be derogatory about
Dilatory.
Toastmaster Antoinette. I'm here to give you a happy opinion. Education as the solution. It was a new concept. I'll try to do up. Whatever that takes us, but I.
Good job. Good job. Very good. Yes, sir. Excellent. Good job. Okay. Miss Antoinette, I agree with him. If I was going to use the slide like you did then, instead of going back to 2nd or 3rd, I would have added that slide somewhere later on to save you a little bit of time. But other than that, I thought it was excellent. Y'all agree with her? Good job. Good, bro, Toastmaster Leonard. Yeah, good. Our next one is one's exciting to me. Hey, whoa, Lord. If you have not lived through Julius Caesar, my English teacher was one of those that was not dilatory. She was more persistent than Dave Rudney. Y'all didn't hear that. The most important part of this one is to hear from our Toastmaster, Philip, and to me, Toastmaster Philip did a very good job. I'm going to let someone special tell you how Toastmaster Philip did. Will you help me welcome Toastmaster Jana? Tell him now. Tell us. All right, Toastmaster Jana.
Thank you.
Good job.
3, scene 2. Friends. Without dilatory tactic, I will forthwith commence with my humble exposition on the merits of Philip's recitation.
Whoa! Yeah, I love that.
I thought he did a great job with this speech. Mother was a lover. I have never heard published a rapport with the audience. Of a good corny joke.
I agree. Very well. Toastmaster Jana, great. Very good. Thank you very much. Excellent job. I agree. Everybody give her a big hand. I believe she did a good job of that evaluation. My English teacher was very impressed. Her name was Mrs. Dabbs. She would have said, that was the best funeral I ever attended, conversationally. She did wait. Our next presenter, to me, is very unusual. Those of you that have not been in football lockers, you are in for a treat. I've been there a few times. I won't tell you how, what, when, or where, and I won't describe anything political. However, I want you to help me welcome this young lady. This Toastmaster impresses me immensely. Will you help me welcome someone named Carol? Toastmaster Carol. It's all yours. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I'm still tickled. But I must say that we all probably were intrigued with Dave's presentation. I've never had the opportunity to be in a football locker room.
You hadn't missed
I'm a
nothing.
female. One thing I can say about the speech is that what he said hurts us in everyday life. Because we all work together as a team. Up inch by inch, or we can tear each other down by inch. Build each other up inch by inch. You can have a winning team, have a winning department, you have a winning establishment. What I like most about Dave's speech was person that was here in this room know what was going to come from his mouth simply because we may not all have saw the movie. But with that being said, the only thing that I would change would provides more of the very well prepared. I enjoyed it. Great job, Toastmaster Dave.
Give him a big hand. All right. Toastmaster Carol. I agree. Excellent. Still Carol, big hand. Dave, I have something to tell you that I have never told you before. This is the only speech that you've done that I was impressed with out of the ordinary. Just your presence in this speech was out of the ordinary. I've been in a lot of football games. I've been in a lot of places for the past 29 years. And as a speech and as a presenter, it's one of the best I've ever seen in 29 years. Give him a big hand. That's a tough job, y'all. A tough job. I don't want to do it. Excellent. You're one of the best. I love the way you dress, too. The way you dress is like, this football manager comes in here, let me tell you what we're going to do. He didn't do that. He came in and said, This is what we got to do together. What did he say? This is what we got to do together. Let me help you with this group of young people. Alexia, please come down. Toastmaster Alexia. And let's see, Toastmaster, is it Anita? Oh, Patricia. Oh, that's right. Now, Miss Minor. So Toastmaster Minor, come on down. And we'll wait on him. Okay, come on down.
Here I am.
Okay, come on.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
this is the Alexia. Toastmaster
Okay.
Alexia. Give her a big hand. She's a wonderful person. Let her know she's a Toastmaster. Go ahead, Alexia.
Okay. Today's word, yeah.
Challenge.
My mind totally went somewhere else. Today's word, dilatory, was used 7 times. Once by Toastmaster Joyce Biddle, twice by Antoinette Mitchell, once by Philip Borden, once by Aaron when he did the table topics. He asked Jonah to come down and not be dilatory. Antoinette said after Dave Redney's speech that we will not be dilatory. And Leonard Mukasa, is that correct? Mukasa? Okay, I apologize for that. Said he was not here to be dilatory about Speaker Antoinette's. And Jana, no less love, believe me, okay? All of you, just give me straight out. I'll get it. Said, thank you. Said of Philip's evaluation that it was without dilatory tactics. Thank you.
Good job. Wow. Thank you. Toastmaster Alexia. Good job. Thank you. All right. This lady is one that's also exciting. This is someone that you'll get a treat for if you'll listen to what she has to say. Will y'all listen carefully? Patricia. Toastmaster Minor. Hey, come on forward. All right. Give her a big hand. Toastmaster Patricia.
To my fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster Joyce and Mr. Aaron. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I said the wrong name.
I'm playing Adrian. Not playing Jane, playing Adrian. Thank you.
Today, I thought it was very befitting of the word of the day and then our first evaluator topic on mediation. I think when delay our decisions, I think we find ourselves needing that mediation because the longer we let things fester, as Carol just said, we can build each other inch by inch, or we can knock each other down inch by inch. And if we continue to knock each other down, even though there's a little inch, those inches add up, and there we find ourselves needing that mediation. So that I learned a lot, although I've been a part of it before on another job, but I did learn a lot. I'm here to give you your accounts, so to speak.
Right.
During our minutes, there were 2 so's, 1 R, 2 ands. During our first speaker, 1 so. Speaker 2 did an excellent job. I did not get any R's, so's, or but. Speaker 3, I was a little hesitant and not sure whether I should count it. It was during the time when he said and sometimes the first one I marked it, but then when he repeated it again, I felt like it was just part of the speech. So I noted it, but I think I give you credit for it, but I did note it.
Okay, good. That's great.
And so for evaluator 2, there were 2 an and an and evaluator 3, there was a so. That's my count.
Good job. Wow. Give her a big hand. Toastmaster. All right. Toastmaster Patricia Minor. Thank you very much. Good job. Excellent. Without being dilatory, let us welcome our timer, because in timing is the most important. Will you help me welcome Toastmaster Washington? Come on down, Miss Toastmaster Tiffany. Talk to us. Talk to us.
All right.
Yep. Right.
How you doing?
Good job.
Glad to be back.
Exactly.
All right. I have speaker number Toastmaster minute by Toastmaster Young, 1 minute and 8 seconds. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Mitchell, 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Phillip, 8 minutes. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Dave Rutney, 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Table topics, Aaron, I did his first part. He did 1 minute and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Jonna, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. And tell me your name. Okay. Toastmaster Scott, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Mikasa, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Evaluator number 1, Mikasa, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. Evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Jana, 3 minutes. Evaluator number 3, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Toastmaster Jackson. Our counter was 2 minutes. Toastmaster Minor.
Good job. Woo. Good job. Wow. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Washington. Toastmaster. All right. Tiffany. Good job. Was anyone dilatory in your perspective? Tell me if there's anyone dilatory. The answer is no. Toastmasters is here to learn and to improve. And to me, this is one of the very best meetings we've had. I hope you'll take this back to your personal workplace and to your basic communication, leadership opportunities that you have, and reach higher for that DTM. However, don't time me. Give this back to Toastmaster Joyce. Toastmaster Joyce. Distinguished Toastmaster. Oh, the presiding officer says, come on. All right, Mr. Toastmaster, do it. Distinguished Toastmaster, do it. Give me a big hand. We've had a wonderful meeting. Thank you, sir. Good job. Good job.
If you'll note on the back of the agenda are your roles for next week. You have no excuses for not knowing. Adrian has no excuse because I told him this morning what his role was for next week. All the rest of you have the capability to see the agenda. Look at your roles. If you cannot be here, tell Joyce before you leave today. Those who did not volunteer, as you see, got voluntold. The roles are full. Any business that we have to attend to before we adjourn?
No business.
Contest Saturday morning, 8:30 orientation, 9 o'clock the contest starts.
Don't be late. Everybody. This time.
Aaron Padua Evans will be representing us
Woohoo!
at the contest.
Unless you're at work.
Human speech and evaluation.
Oh, my
I
God.
mean, he's going to do the same thing that you did.
All right, it's on.
Unless you are.
Yes.
Unless you were at work or in the hospital, be there to support him. If you're babysitting the kids, bring them with you. This should be an interesting competition. Yeah, free food.
Where will it take place?
St. Vincent's.
St. Vincent's Infirmary, South Auditorium.
I'll give you free money if you
Remember the district convention in Memphis. The district convention in Memphis is November 4th and 5th. Please get your registrations in as soon as possible. We just have a few more days to get the discount on the hotel rates. Take care of that at the Hotel Memphis. I believe that sounds right.
Registration fee is currently.
Okay. I don't know. I registered last year.
I know, but. I want to send 10 people.
The club can spend $100.
10 people. Oh,
Right.
$10 a person.
So if you would like to go just for the educational
So if 10 y'all want
sessions,
to get
get
together,
with Joyce.
go. Oh. I'll have to pay for your own meeting.
Any questions about the conference or the contest? Any other club business before we adjourn? See you next week. Meeting adjourned.